My name is Robin McClay, and my current position is the chair of the Fulbright Canada Advisory Board, and I also serve as regional director for Fulbright West. And for many of you that don't know what the Fulbright Foundation is, it's one of the world's largest funders of educational scholarships. We have offices in 52 countries and 160 different locations. In the past, I've worked as the executive director of the McGill University Institute for the Study of International Development, and I've held senior positions at Harvard University, at the London School of Economics, and at the MasterCard Foundation.
My name is Dr. Candice McGovern. I am originally from California, but now reside in London. I have been in education for over 10 years, including as a classroom teacher, working in museum education and private tutoring. This all sort of led me to doing what I do now, which is working as primarily an education consultant and curriculum designer.
Okay, my name is Papa Kujobotio. I'm an education consultant and a DPhil student at the University of Oxford. I'm the co-founder of University Avenue, an education consultancy in Ghana that helps students in Ghana and across Africa apply to higher education. And recently, Access Education Global, providing the same services on a global scale and expanded to include online tutoring and other services facing university demands and university recruitment for students versus students actually needing help applying.
My name is Natalia Stevens. I'm the owner and the founder of the student recruitment agency Global and UK Directions Education Services Limited. I started my business in 2010. So I've passed quite a lot during this journey. I have enjoyed it fully because there were a lot of easy and difficult moments. And I would like to tell you more about them during our conversation.
My name is Matt Clemens, and I have worked in the field of higher education for about 25 years. I currently live in Boston, Massachusetts, but I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon. I was very fortunate to discover admissions very early in my career. Basically, when I graduated from college, I taught English in South Korea for 2 years. And when I came back, I visited a professor at my old college, and he told me about a job that was open in the admissions office. And I applied for that job and I earned it. And for 25 years, I've been doing similar kinds of work. I've worked both in admissions as well as in financial aid. It's becoming more and more common, or has become more common, for admissions and financial aid to be tied very closely together in an administrative structure. And I've worked in 4 different states. I've worked in Oregon, in California, in New York, and in Massachusetts. And early in my career, I spent my time working predominantly with undergraduate students. And my past 2 jobs, I've been working with graduate students who are taking master's programs. So I've worked both in undergrad and grad. Basically, the past 2 jobs that I've had, though, have been focused more on the graduate than the undergraduate.
So I'll say an education agent, which is sort of a type of education consultant, is someone who provides services, particularly to students and their families, to help them identify the right educational opportunities that are open to them globally. So an education agent helps you with self-discovery in terms of talents, strengths, weaknesses, to help you brainstorm which courses you may want to study, help you think about your academic preparation and how to prepare even further for your target educational institutions and educational goals, and also may help you through the application system, which sometimes may seem tedious to some, especially when you are applying to a different country or a different jurisdiction, which is different from yours. So the work of education agents or consultants are really important because they streamline the process for people to make successful applications for various educational experiences, either within their country or beyond borders to other global destinations.
Educational agent does pretty much a lot. So you would have to combine a lot of roles within one. So you have to be a psychologist, you have to be a business person, you would have to be a mentor, a strategist, all in one. Generally, what we do is obviously we try to find the best educational institution for our students. So we try to find the right place, the right fits for our students, taking into account their interests, their goals, their budgets, their aspirations. So we try to match needs with the right institutions. So it's not always easy, but we try to obviously we try to do our best, and in many cases we do receive the best results in terms of matching the needs with the expectations. Students come from different backgrounds. They ask for various things. They all have various aspirations, and our main job is to make sure that we would find that right place for our students. We also, apart from counseling, obviously, 70% of our workload goes into visa preparation services, because part of our job is to make sure that the students do get their visas and arrive to the destination. Also, we arrange pre-departure and after departure briefings, because a lot of questions normally arise before students depart to the country and when they arrive to the country. We also provide advice in terms of how to settle down in the country, how to find the accommodation, how to open a bank account, how to actually integrate into the society, and how to do well. A lot of services which we're trying to do in one small word: educational agency. So
thank you so much.
Had to embrace yourself for many various roles. That's why it makes this job actually very exciting and definitely not boring, because you have to explore different talents within yourself.
Well, I think the benefits, economically, it is a highly sought after profession. There's not only a number of jobs that require experts, whether it's student recruitment, financial aid, counseling, or alumni relations, but also as an independent consultant. There's a lot of demand for the services that an educational agent can provide students and families, to provide them good, strong strategic advice, but also meeting high ethical standards. So just in terms of a livelihood, a job, a profession, it's highly sought after. And it's not really designated to one institution. There's a number of opportunities in the public, private, and not-for-profit sector.
So there are a number of benefits to taking the Global Education Specialist course. Because it offers such a holistic perspective to the field, you'll really receive training across a wide breadth of topics and important things like ethics that you might not even have considered. Not only will you receive training as far as what the job entails, but also business and all sorts of other bits that are going to be extremely useful. In fact, I wish I would have had something like this when I first started, instead of having to teach myself.
So I think that education is one of the best investments someone can ever make. It's once you have it, it can't be taken away from you. And as you just noted, if you are from a different continent, a different country, you speak a different language, and you're looking to choose a college in the United States, there's thousands of options to choose from. And it can be very intimidating for someone to try to figure out what place is good for them, the documents that need to be submitted, and what format they need to be in. American institutions are often known as encouraging students, for example, to not necessarily be overly confident, but also not too humble. You do want to put forth yourself in a confident way, for example, whereas a lot of universities in Europe value more humility in the application process, whereas in America, we kind of want you to toot your own horn, so to speak. And so I think the value of an agent or a consultant in this process is kind of giving someone confidence that their understanding of the process and how they can best present themselves, and also uncovering options that a student or an applicant may never have thought of. There's a lot of wonderful colleges and universities that are not making the top rankings that would be a great fit for an individual. And sometimes individuals will start at one school and transfer to another, or they will attend an undergraduate institution with a goal of getting into a graduate program. And sometimes it's very hard to make sense of how all of those pieces fit together. And so I think the role of an agent or a consultant in the process is a very important one in helping to encourage applicants and students to consider going to school in a place that is foreign to them, and helping them to make sense of the process. And education itself as a field, there's no better industry really to be in. I'm biased because I've been in the industry for so long, but you basically are giving someone the opportunity to develop a network of friends that they're going to have for their lifetime, faculty. They are developing knowledge that they're going to be able to take with them wherever they go. And the degree that they have, the classes that they take, that can never be taken from them. It will always be with them. And so education is a very noble profession. And in some cases, if someone wants to help decode what the whole process is about, and they can help them. I guess I could use an example of buying a house. Like every time that I have bought a house in my life, I've hired an agent to help me because I don't know the ins and outs of the market and all the little nuances. Could I maybe buy a house on my own? Yeah, but my feeling throughout the process I would probably be consistently second guessing myself, and did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And so I definitely think there is a place for agents and consultants, but it's also not to say that students and applicants should not exclude themselves from the process. University officials like myself, our job is to communicate information and to be there for students. And so that I think direct line of communication is also important, but the help, the sense of comfort that a professional can provide is something that I think we all utilize in different parts of our lives. And education is a big investment, and an agent or a consultant can definitely play a role in that.